Hey, hello everyone, it's Don Bain, the Gadget Professor. Tonight we have a very cool gadget, no pun intended. We're going to take a look at the Honeywell Wi-Fi Thermostat. Check this baby out.
He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Bain, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Hello everyone, it's Don Bain, the Gadget Professor. We are coming to you live from our Scottsdale, Arizona Studio H, and tonight we have a very interesting show. It's on the Honeywell Wi-Fi Thermostat. I've been planning to get these devices for about 2 years now, and I finally found them on sale and bought two of them, and I'm quite pleased with them. So we'll check that out in a few minutes. If you're new to the Gadget Professor, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. The Gadget Professor is now heard in 172 countries all around the world, and I have you to thank for that. So thank you very much. If you are brand new to the Gadget Professor, welcome on board. Every Thursday evening, we come up with a new episode, a new show that we try to bring you a new gadget or some new piece of technology. We have typically some technology news and comments, and I always have free software, free apps, free software for the iPhone, your Droid system, and of course the Windows and the Mac. So hopefully you'll have a good time watching the Gadget Professor, and of course you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. That would be thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. And I will try to answer all my email. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter, and that would be @GadgetProfessor, @GadgetProfessor. I tweet probably 100, 150 times a day. What do I tweet about? All kinds of crazy gadgets. So stay tuned to the Twitter channel, and you'll find some amazing things. And if you go to thegadgetprofessor.com, that's our webpage, thegadgetprofessor.com, and you scroll down about halfway on the right-hand side, you will see the show notes. And I call it the show notes. It's actually called the newsletter. This is totally free. If you go to thegadgetprofessor.com and click on the right side, the newsletter, if you put your email address in there, every Thursday evening, as soon as the episode is posted, you will get a synopsis via our free newsletter in your email box, in your inbox, and it basically has everything we discussed in every show, very nice and neatly hot linked, and that's a very handy thing to have. So again, you'll definitely want to get the newsletter with the hot links on it, because you don't have to write down anything, and you're always going to want to refer back to that. It's amazing how many questions I get each week. You remember you did the show on, I don't remember, that we're up to, I think, 222 now, so that's a lot of shows. So in any event, let's get started today. We have a cool first, first app. If you have a lot of photographs, and I'm in the process now of trying to get all my photographs categorized and in one place, and it's quite a challenge. I myself use SmugMug, and I really like it, and I'm not up to date as I should be. So if you look here, what you'll see is a software called XNView, and I've talked about this once or twice before. I'm actually using this now, and it does a marvelous job of categorizing or making suggestions to help you categorize all your images, and it will be able to put it into audio, drawings, icons, photographs, pictures, or whatever it is that you want. You're also able to, if you see on the left-hand side here, you'll actually see that it will let you rate something: unrated, excellent, good, average, below average, bad, and you also can also rate something by color, and literally create any type of categorization system that you so desire. Now, this XNView is 100% free, and you can't beat the price. It works really well. Now, speaking of organization, this I covered 2 weeks ago. I must have received, I would say, 10 to 15 emails, again asking me what the product was. If you had the show notes, you would know, but since I had so much email, I'm going to mention it again. It's called Google Photos, and you can store, search, and share your photos. And what's phenomenal about this, and I think that's why I had so many emails, it's unlimited capacity. Yeah, I know, it's unlimited capacity to store all your photographs, and it's just an amazing tool, totally free. You can download this on iTunes, and will allow you to visually search, auto backup, save space on your device. Lord knows that I don't have a lot of space on my iPhone, and it fills up real quick with photographs and video. So by offloading it onto the Google Photos site, I'm freeing up space on my phone, on my tablets, and they're always there to share, do whatever you want with, essentially. And this tells you exactly how to do it. And once again, this is 100% free. I've tested these apps out, and I know they work well. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend them. Now, speaking of free, this is a very cool app, totally free. It's called HDD Expert. And what this does, unlike a lot of the other free maintenance apps, is this specifically is designed to check out your hard drive. And this will give you a crystal clear vision of your hard drive or SSD health and performance. And essentially what it does is it will tell you when it's time to maintain it, whether you need a fan upgrade or spare parts purchase, maybe it's time to do backups, and it will tell you exactly what's going on with your hard drive and if you need to perform maintenance or if you don't need to perform maintenance. But this is a really cool, high-level piece of what-if software. So a lot of the softwares out there, a lot of the apps out there don't really tell you what shape your hard drive is in, and then boom, it crashes or it dies, and you're like, I didn't back it up or I didn't know. This particular piece of software will tell you that. Obviously, it's for the Windows platform, so check it out. It won all kinds of awards, and it's 100% free, which we like. Now, this is a touchy subject, but I need to bring it up. If you're not monitoring what your kids are doing on their pads and their phones, you need to be doing that, especially if they're in the 11 to 18 at this point category. I guess if they're 18 and you don't know what they're doing at this point, you probably never will. But in any event, where I'm going with this is a free app, and it's available both on the Android system and your iOS, all the Apple products. And what it is it's called Hide Pictures, Hide It Pro. And what this is, it's essentially underneath the skin, if you will, but it's an app that you will apply and no one knows that it's on there except you. So your kids may be using this to keep you out of prying in their iPad and their phone. And listen, I'm all for individual rights and privacy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you want to monitor your kids and they are using an app that will hide the photographs, hide their messages, and hide everything from you. They don't care if you look at the phone, at their smartphone, because you'll be looking, and guess what? You're not going to see anything. However, there's apps out there, and they sure know them, that will hide things from you. So what you want to do is you want to see if they have the Hide Pictures app, Hide It Pro. Now, what's weird about this, or not weird, but this is completely free for starters. But what it does is it actually loads itself onto the iPhone as an app that basically is called Audio Manager. And there's a little movie video on this app surface here that you can actually go to and take a peek at. But what it does is it actually hides itself as an Audio Manager file. And if you were to see the Audio Manager icon in the settings, you would just think that's what it is. And if you click on it, that's exactly what it does. It will control the volume. It will help your ringtones, all kinds of functionality for an Audio Manager. If you want to find out if it's Hide Pictures or Hide It Pro is what it's called, hold your finger on that app for about 3 seconds, and guess what? Once you do that, it actually changes its purpose, and it will show you, well, this is the alarm function. This is on the audio side, but once you go into the other dark side, if you will, it now is going to show you all the pictures, all your videos, your music, what apps you hid, your locks, your file manager, your browser, your messages, your notes, your encryption, your setting, and your health file. So again, the way this works is your child or you puts this on the phone. And if someone goes to look at it and doesn't know that the app is installed, it looks like it's the Audio Manager. And if you click on it, it will be an audio manager. It will control your volume, and it will let you change the tones, the ringtones, and all kinds of things like that. So it's innocent. However, if you hold your finger on that for about 3 seconds, the app's going to ask you for a password, obviously, the first time that you install it. So if your password's 12345, you would enter that, and that brings you to the hidden menu, henceforth Hide It Pro. And as you can see on the app, everything is there for you to look at. So if your kids are using it and you hold your finger on there and it comes up, then you may want to have a discussion on why are you using this app, what is it that you don't want me to see. Or if you're proactive, if you so decide that it's your kid, and you want to put that app on, then you'll kind of know what's going on too in the background. So be that as it may, you can check that out. And now let's get on to a fun app. This is for all you dudes over 50 who are watching the Gadget Professor. Remember the good old days when they had the pinball apps and used to play pinballs at the arcade? Where I'm from, where I was born and raised in Scranton, Pennsylvania, they had Naog Park, and all the hoodlums used to hang out there. All the Elvis lovers would hang out there and play the pinballs. I was never allowed to go up there, but I'd sneak out there once or twice and check it out. And I was too small to reach the pinball machines in those days. But this is an app that brings all that fun stuff back. It's totally free. It's available on the Droid and, of course, the iPhone or your Apple systems. And it's just a bunch of old, very nice, functional, cool pinball games. So check that out. I think you'll enjoy it. And now, folks, we're going to go to the gadget of the day. And the gadget of the day is the Honeywell Wi-Fi Thermostat. And basically, what this does is a lot of things it does. So I'm going to read off the box while you peruse the website here. Let me get this up a little bit so you can kind of read along with me, but this is a pretty cool thing. You can control your thermostat from anywhere in the world. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection and a smartphone. This app is free, so once you purchase the actual thermostat, you apply the app to your smartphone, whether it's the Droid or the iPhone, doesn't matter, or the tablet, whatever you want. It's 7-day programmable, and what's neat about that is you can program each day differently, up to 4 periods per day. That's a lot of changing the thermostat. I have no need for that, but some people may. I like this. You can auto change from heat to cool. It automatically determines if your home needs cooling or heating based on a preset condition that you say at 60 degrees you want heat, or at 60 degrees you want the air. It has a filter changer reminder, and it's very accurate because it actually tabulates how long your furnace is running. And based on that, it will tell you, it will actually give you an indication on the touch surface, and it's really bright and easy to read, that it's time to change your filters, which is very, very important. Also, you can put it on temporary or permanent hold, vacation hold, adjust the temperature to suit your schedule. Also, it will have many display options, so it will do it in Celsius or Fahrenheit, and you can have a 12 or 24-hour clock. And it also allows you to set the fan, so you can put the fan on auto or on fan as it's called for. It also has some other unique features, which is the high-low temperature notification. If an unusual temperature swing occurs, it will notify you. It's on a secure network, which means it locks into your Wi-Fi. It's encrypted. To the best of my knowledge, these have never been broken into. I know, why would someone want to break in and control your heat or your coolness in your house? I don't know, but in any event. And it also has a constant weather monitor via the internet, and it will show you or tell you what the temperature is outside. So that's also nice. It also has a smart response technology. It continually learns when to preheat or when to cool your home so that you are comfortable with your program times. And the temperature reading is very precise. There is electronic circuitry that guarantees that it's within 1 degree accurate, positive and negative. And that's pretty accurate. There's no mercury in this. This is all electronic. And last but not least, I don't care because I'm in Arizona, this will adjust to the daylight savings time automatically, and we don't have it here in Arizona. We never change our clocks, and I like that. I like that a lot. So that's all the poop on this as to what it does. Let's take a look inside, and I know some people ask me why I'm unboxing. I don't know. I'm unboxing it because it's new. I have 2 of these already up in operation. I'm going to put a third one in a couple days, actually. We'll talk about that on another episode. But I'm going to open this up, and basically you get a bunch of manuals, which everybody sends you these days. You get a very, very robust how-to manual. We'll get to this little sticker page in a minute. And then you get a quick start guide, and there's a number of languages. Pretty much any language you speak will be in here or on the net. Now, I mentioned that you have a little sticker thing. This is not for your kids. This is very important because when you pull off your old thermostat, you're going to see a lot of wires. Yes, you can hook this up yourself if you know what you're doing. If you do not know what you're doing and have never wired one of these in and are not sure, 2 suggestions. Suggestion 1 is to call the totally free 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week hotline at Honeywell. It comes in the package. You can call them. They're fantastic. They will walk you through it, and if they feel that you don't know what you're doing, they will tell you that, and what you need to do is to hire a certified HVAC person or company to come in. They might charge you $100, and they'll wire these thermostats in, and they'll hook them up to the Wi-Fi for you, and you'll be very happy that you didn't blow up your furnace or wreck your air conditioning. So if you don't know what you're doing, hire someone to install them. If you do, or feel that you know enough and they're not hard to install, and I'll tell you what happened to me, what you want to do is use these tags. They will tell you that these are stickers that go on the existing wiring, so that when you pull everything apart, you'll know what one is the red and the green, and it tells you very clearly how to label these stickers on your existing wire. If you actually look at the device, which is right here, there's 2 parts. This actually separates, and this is the electronics, and I don't know if you could see it, but on the back here there are prongs, and this is the part that actually mounts to the wall. Be careful when you're taking this apart because they stuff in the batteries and some screws, and they stuff them in right there. So that's easy to lose and easy to fall out. And now, without getting into how to hook it up, because everybody's system is different, but essentially I'm trying to break this down to make it easy. Your old thermostat will look something like this, unless it's real old, but typically you'll have 4 wires, and they're different colors, red, white, green, or 5 wires. And those 5 wires need to correspond to here. Now, in my situation, I know what I'm doing, and that's dangerous. When I pulled mine off, mine is a different type. So I called Honeywell, and they have a video on this, several videos on this. So if you have this type of burner, they'll show you a schematic of this. If they have that type of burner, there's a number of hookups to this, and they show you 99% of them. And again, you can call them if you're having a problem. Now, I looked at my wiring very carefully, and to be honest with you, there was a blue wire, and it didn't correspond to what they wanted to see. So I traced it back to the burner, which was a pain in the neck, and I really couldn't figure out what the blue wire is. But from the process of deduction and knowing what I do about electronics, I was 99% sure that blue wire was called the common, and that was the wire that I didn't have, and it made perfect sense. That said, the way my luck's been going lately, I just didn't want to bother with it. I just didn't want to take a chance. So I called an HVAC company. They came out, and it took them about a half hour. They hooked both of them up for me. And in fact, the blue wire was the common wire, and I could have hooked it up myself. So I'm telling you this story, one, because, again, if you're not sure, you don't want to wreck your heating and cooling system. For the sake of my ego, I just felt that I just didn't want to take the chance. I was so sure that I was right, but I just had that 1% doubt that I was not sure that blue wire was indeed the common. And it was. So that's okay. I'm out about $100 for the installation, but you know what? They're so convenient, and I enjoy them so much that it was well worth it. Certainly well worth the peace of mind. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick look here at the faceplate. This is what the thermostat looks like installed in my house. And what you'll see here is right now I have it set to 75. And in the top center there, you'll see 75, and that shows the inside temperature. You'll see the time below that, which is 7:53. And you can't see this, I'm sure, but the fan is set to auto and the system is set for cooling because it's hot in Arizona. It was 107 today. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see the 75. It's set to 75. And this is all touch tone, as they say. You can just touch that, and you can increase or decrease it, change it to heat, whatever you want. So it's totally touch, easy to use, very large, simple to read. It's backlit. It makes a wonderful night light. You have the ability to turn that light on or off, no big deal. But one thing I'll have you notice is on the top right-hand side, in that top right-hand corner, you will notice a signal strength meter. And what that signal strength meter is for the Wi-Fi. And it shows that I have 4 bars, which is the maximum on this unit, and that it's connected. So I know I'm getting a Wi-Fi signal, and that's a good thing. It also gives me the date. So that's very simple to use on the thermostat itself physically. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the actual app, and we'll try to take a peek at it. And the app looks pretty much like the thermostat that you see in front of you. And you're going to load the Honeywell thermostat app, totally free, easy to find. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically connecting to the Wi-Fi network. And I could be anywhere as long as I have a Wi-Fi or an internet connection on this smartphone. And basically it will connect up, and it just brings you to a screen that's exactly like what we're seeing in front of us. And based on that, I can increase, decrease the cooling, the heat, do whatever I want. It's just like having the thermostat with you at all times. And I have 2 zones here, and it just works great. What do I use it for? Well, as I said, it's very hot here. If I'm out all day, out of the home, and I don't want to cool the place at 74, 75, I'll put it up to 78, 80, and then when I'm on my way home, or half hour before I get there or whatever, I just go onto the smartphone now and turn it down to where I want it, and when I get home it's all cool. So that's nice. And also if you're away on vacation and we leave it on 80 and it's real hot, but 80 is about the lowest I would go, the highest I would go here in Arizona, especially in this type of climate and weather that we're having. And it takes a good 5-6 hours to cool the house down to 75. That was 5 degrees. So you have the ability from wherever you are to control your thermostats and also monitor them and get notifications if there's a crazy shift or if the power fails or whatever. So I find them extremely handy. And I do have a home in Rhode Island, and obviously it's wicked cold there, and there are many times when I wish I was able to turn the heat up a little bit more or down a little bit based on what the weather is, and I can't do that because there's no one there. So I will install 2 thermostats there. I know how to install those. I'm familiar with the wiring, and that will be great. So I can be here in Arizona, and if I want to put the heat up a little bit higher to 64, 65, I'm not there, of course, and keep those floors, those wooden floors, from splitting because it's too cold, I can do that now. So terrific device. They say that you'll save your money on the cost savings of keeping your house cool or warm based on your program and all that stuff. I don't know. These things run about $180, $200. I was fortunate to find them on sale at Fry's for $119 a piece, and I grabbed them, and I'm very, very, very pleased with them. I don't use the Nest products. I'm not thrilled with them as of lately. But the Honeywell service, the Honeywell products have been spectacular. They're certainly a lot cheaper than the Nest products, and they work pretty much the same way. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I love bringing it to you, and I will see everyone next Thursday. So long from the Gadget Professor.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Bain, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.